Hello everyone, welcome back. I am doing salmon for you this evening. Per request of my friend Annie, she wanted me to show her how I do my salmon, which is pretty easy and simple, which is what I like mostly. There's a lot of ways to do salmon. This way I do it is pretty easy. I just sear it on the pan, stovetop for ever so long, and it's delicious. It's so good. It's actually, I prefer it. I've had salmon at restaurants and I still prefer mine more than that. But there literally is so many ways. You can put it in tin foil into the oven, you can sear it, you can add so many different toppings and flavorings. I'm gonna do a basic simple salmon for you this evening, in hopes that it's easy and simple for you to do as well. I know salmon is not a very fishy flavor fish, because my husband is not a big fish person. He doesn't like when it's fishy tasting. The salmon's really not. Well, it can be, but usually the way I cook it, it's never really fishy at all. So with that, this evening I am going to do Brussels sprouts and asparagus, and then just some rice that I've already done and set to the side because it's just rice. It was just a packet of rice, because sometimes I just want to go that route. So I have most of my Brussels sprouts already chopped in half, and I left one out. I know I did this for you the last video the same way. I'm going to do it the same way, but that sound quality was so bad, and I really do apologize about that, and I don't know how to fix it, so I'm going to redo this again. So I chopped it all. I left one to show. I just take off this end, chop it in half, and I don't take off all this extra, but just like some of the outer ones, because sometimes they get kind of gross. Well, in my mind they're gross. So I'm just going to set that there. And for this, I already had olive oil lined pan. I have my oven preheated at 400 degrees. And what I'm going to do here is add just a tiny bit more olive oil, because I have, like I said, olive oil down on the pan prior. And I'm just going to add a little bit more. And I'm going to add some salt and some pepper. I don't normally add pepper, but it's right there, so we're just going to add it. And balsamic vinegar. Not a lot. A little bit of this goes a long way. About a teaspoon, 1 to 2 teaspoons worth. That's a little bit more than like a tablespoon, but it's okay. And if you pull it out and you taste it and it's not enough, go ahead and add a little bit more balsamic. But it's better to cook it under than over, because then you can't fix the flavoring. Okay, and then just mix it up with my hands. And I'll go ahead and put this in the oven for about 20 minutes or so. And I'm gonna get this pan. I'm gonna put my asparagus in this pan. I know I did roasted asparagus before for you all, but tonight I'm just pan searing it. That's usually how I like it with my salmon. Super simple. Literally have butter in this skillet, and I'm gonna cut the stems off of my asparagus. I'm trying to see where I want to cut before or after. They're actually not too bad, so I'm gonna just cut the ends off this way. I'm gonna cut the rubber band. There's nothing for you, Sadie. You're not gonna eat that. Set all this to the side. Okay. Take off my rubber bands. I leave the rubber bands on because it's just so much easier when you're cutting to keep them together. Now I'm going to throw these into the pan. My butter is starting to melt here. And I'm just going to put them there where they can fit. Okay, and then salt and pepper. That's it. I have that on like a medium high setting because I don't like to cook on high because it kind of overcooks everything. And that just gonna take about 10 minutes or so. I'm actually gonna put a timer on. Put my timer on for those Brussels sprouts because I forgot my broccoli in there the other night and that was just not fun. Okay, so we are actually all done with that and now onto the salmon. And I am going to start my pan for the salmon. And I have that on low. And in that skillet, I have just butter and olive oil. And I usually buy a big thing of salmon. It has the skin on. So I love salmon. My husband loves salmon. So we eat kind of bigger portions than what we should. Gabe, my son, he loves salmon too. I'm just gonna, not doing this the right way, but whatever. Alright, just peeling off that top. Put that over there. And now, a lot of the times I notice that this is flipped under, so I just want to flip that piece out. Alright, I'm going to rinse off my hands again. And give these asparagus a quick stir. Wow. Okay, salmon. So, first off, even if you do not want to eat the skin, which it is perfectly okay to eat, it's actually pretty healthy for you, and once it crisps up in the pan, it is so good. But I know a lot of people don't like to eat the skin, but leave it on. If you try to take it off right now, it is going to be so difficult and give you so many issues, and you're not going to really get it off that well. So just leave it on, and I'll show you how to get it off really easily here in just a little bit. So, my staples, you know this, you know my cooking, my staples, seasonal, garlic salt, onion salt, but I have onion powder, and you could substitute the garlic powder for garlic salt as well. That's your preference. I like a little bit more salt to my things, so I use more of the salt. Probably shouldn't, it's probably going to kill me, but that's okay. So those are just honestly the three seasonings I use. And just season to your preference. You just definitely want it to taste the seasoning, so don't like do it too lightly, but don't want to overpower it either. All right. And now I'm going to keep those to the side because when I flip them over and I take the skins off, I'm going to want to re-season that other side as well. So, and then with this, you just kind of want to cut it however you feel. My pan's looking good back there. So I'm going to go ahead and slice this. A little bit tougher to slice. You do have to put a little bit more pressure to it. But you'll get there. Now, I love salmon. This is one of my favorite dishes. And it's not so bad for you either. My husband, on the other hand, he likes it, but he doesn't like it as much as I do. So there for a while, I wasn't allowed to make it because I was making it once a week, and I didn't think that was a lot. But he was like, can you please just refrain from salmon for just a little while? So I had to stop using it for a while. actually going to turn down my asparagus some more. Kind of on like medium low. Yeah, I'm going to turn it to low and just let it sit there. And get these on my skillet here. And I'm going to put them skin side down. Will they all fit? Will they all fit? Yeah. I know when you crowd the pan like that, it does lower the heat. And it won't cook as fast, but it's okay. That's how I just make it work. All right, so we're gonna give that probably about 4 minutes-ish to crisp up on that side, and then we'll be back and just when it's time to take the skin off so I can show you. Okay, it's been about 3-4 minutes, and they're ready to turn. As you can see, they're starting to cook down there. Salmon, there's a fine line with salmon. Like, you don't want it to overcook. I know a lot of people want it well done, but you still want it to be like medium, like still a little bit darker on the inside. So I'm going to show you how easy it is once they've crisped up on the side. Like if you can see, I don't know if you can see, it's a little browned, like it's gotten a little crispy on the side. So I'm just going to pull out a corner and you just pull up. And that comes off super, super easy. I'm going to go ahead and do that with all of mine. They don't always come off super easy, which you might see. Now this piece is probably, even though it was the last piece I put on, it's probably going to come off before the rest, because the rest are a lot thicker and this is more, it's a lot thinner. My husband does like his, like well done. I'm more of the lesser done with things. I eat raw sushi all the time. Love it. Love it. See this one's being tricky. It's coming easier than I've had to deal with before, but not as quickly as I'd like. Oh, they're being so good. So good for me. Is this one gonna be good? Yeah! That's a little bit behind, but it's good. Okay. Now I am going to take my seasoning and just season over everything again. Lightly. I don't do it as much as I did on the other side. I just go over it a little bit lighter. Alright. Now this is not going to take very long from this point. It is going to be super fast. You want to watch it. See, now we're getting that side crispy, and I'm going to flip them back around since we just did that seasoning on that side, and they are cooking pretty nicely here. Oh, they look so good. I can't wait. I'm going to get a plate out. Get that ready. telling you. Once it crisps up, it doesn't taste bad at all. Check on my asparagus here. Looking good. I like mine to have still a little bit of a bite in it, so it is probably done. And I always do a taste test, because why not? That's done. That's good. I'm going to take that off. Check on my Brussels sprouts. Some of the little pieces are crisping up a lot, but we're going to go let that go for a few more minutes. I'm going to go ahead and that's good. To me, that's done. It's a little overdone for me. Then I cook for my husband, so, and my child, so I do like to have it a little bit more done. One of these is still a little bit red in the middle still, like that one. I have it for myself. Do a little split. Really, not much to it. That's really it. It's plain simple. This whole dinner took 15 minutes, minus the Brussels sprouts, which they take about 15 to 20 minutes in the oven. That's why I put them in there first. And that's it. And I paired this with rice. So I'm going to go ahead and place this for you. I'm going to pull these off first. And they do fall apart in here, which is perfectly fine. They'll taste the same. If I was a little bit more easy, gentler, then it wouldn't be so bad, but there we go. Alright. I'm going to get all these little pieces out. Don't copy that. And then my Brussels sprouts should be done. Now, don't worry about the black stuff. It's the balsamic that was on the foil. Shut my oven off. I'll bring you all over here. Okay, move my tea. Get another plate out. Oh, this dinner is going to be delicious. This piece is going to be mine. And again, I like this with rice. I did the cheating rice tonight, which I don't think it's cheating at all, but I know a lot of people like to do their own rice. You know what would really good with this as well? Risotto. I love risotto. And my sister has perfected that recipe, which she needs to show me. And I love these little crispy pieces of the Brussels sprouts. Oh, those are so good. So good. I love to do a lot of vegetables. I never used to. I used to barely do the vegetables with my dinners, or just one little thing of vegetables, but now I've discovered roasting them, and I just can't get enough. Can't get enough. But look at this delectable, gorgeous, delicious meal. I hope you see how quick and easy it was, and I hope this helps you to try it out, or makes you at least want to try it. I appreciate you guys continuing to watch me. You can just make sure you have everything liked, my Facebook, my Instagram, YouTube, subscribed. Just share my video, and I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. Here's for the next time.